Hello students, I am Ashish and today we will discuss the remaining questions of exercise 1.1 of real numbers. Students, up to this topic we have covered Euclid division lemma, okay, of real numbers, classification of real numbers and exercise 1.1. Okay, so on the previous part of this chapter I have told you 3 questions of exercise 1.1 and 2 questions I have given as homework to you. Okay, so I thought I should discuss question number 4 because it is important question and it is little bit different from previous questions. Okay, so let's start. See students, in this question it is written as use Euclid division lemma to show that the square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1 for some integer m. I am going to repeat the question again. Use Euclid division lemma to show that the square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1 for some integer m. Okay, it means that we have to take a positive integer, okay, and after the positive integer we have to take the square of it, okay, and we have to express the square of that number in the form 3m or 3m plus 1. So students, because we have to use Euclid division lemma, so first we have to consider a positive integer. Okay, so what I have written let positive integer be n. You can take any variable, okay, but you accept this m because m is came in the question. Okay, so whatever I have done, I have assumed any positive integer be n. Okay, so see what I will do, because we have to prove 3m or 3m plus 1 type. So I have told you in the previous part of the question also, whenever you see 3m plus 1 type, we have to divide that positive number by that number. It means 3. So what I am going to do, I will divide n by 3. Okay, how I know this n should be divided by 3? Because here is 3 is written, that's why I have written 3. Okay, now students, we have to apply Euclid division lemma, and Euclid division lemma we have to make use of two numbers. One number is known as dividend and the other number is known as divisor. So with the help of Euclid division lemma, I have written n is equal to 3 cube plus r, where r is greater than equal to 0 and less than 3, because you know the Euclid division lemma is a equal to bq plus r, where a is dividend, b is divider, q is quotient and r is remainder. Same here also, n is equal to 3q plus r, where r is greater than equal to 0 and less than 3. Okay, and after that I have mentioned that q and r are some integers, because in the definition of the Euclid division lemma, q and r are also integer and q and r are quotient and remainder. Okay, so from this statement I have told you the value of the remainder lies between 0 to 3 in this question. Okay, it can be 0 but it cannot be 3. So what I am going to do, I will take the possible value of r, and r is integer, so between 0 and 3 how many integers can be possible? I think between 0 and 3 two integers, that is 1 and 2, but we have to take 0 also, so I have taken the possible value of r is 0, 1 and 2. We cannot take 3 because r is less than 3 and we have to take integers only, so that's why r equal to 0, 1 and 2. They all are integers. Now students, see, we got now n equal to 3q plus r. So one by one we will put the value of r in this statement. Okay, so now what I am going to do, when r will be equal to 0 children, n will be equal to 3q plus 0, so n will be equal to what? 3q. So what was n, students? N was a positive integer, and the positive integer is of the form 3q. Okay, but in the question we have to prove that, see, the square of any positive integer na, so positive integer to we got positive integer, that is n equal to 3q. Now what we have to do, we have to take the square of that positive integer. So what I have done, I have squared this positive integer, that is n square equal to 3q ka square, because when you will do the square of this number, so n square will be equal to 3q ka whole square. Now n square is equal to 9q square. It is clear, children? Because 3 ka square will be 9 and q ka square q square. Okay, I think it is clear to you. See, q is an integer na, children. Suppose q is an integer and the value of q is suppose 2. So q square will be what? 2 ka square, that is 4. Are you getting? Now n square comes 9q squares. Okay, now children, this what? The square of any integer can be written as 3m or 3m plus 1 na? So what I going to do, 9 can be written as 3 into 3q square. Okay, what I have done, first I got the positive integer, that is n equal to 3q. Now I have done the square, because in the question square is asking, so n square is equal to 9q square. Okay, now what I am going to do, because I have to represent this is 3m or 3m plus 1 type, so what I am going to do, I have written 9 as 3 into 3 and q square is q square. Now students, see, if q is an integer, then q square will also an integer, because square of integer is also a integer, and when it is multiplied to 3, this whole will also be a integer na. Suppose q का square कितना होता है? q, suppose q I have taken 2, so q square is 2 square, that is 4. So it is also an integer, and when 4 is multiplied to 3, you will get 12, which is also an integer na. So see, this whole quantity will be an integer. Okay, this whole quantity will be a integer, and this whole quantity can be named as m, because in the question 3m was written na, where m was integer. So that's why I have written let 3q square is equal to m. So n square can be represented like 3m. So see, square of any positive integer is represented as 3m. For example, I can show you one thing. Okay, suppose children, suppose I have written 3 and positive number is 3. Okay, and 3 का square क्या हो गया? 9. Okay, so this 9 can be written as na 3 into 3, and 3 is some integer na, so it can be written as 3m. That's why square of any positive integer can be written as 3m or 3m plus 1. So this value we got only for r equal to 0 na. We have two more values of r, that is r equal to 1 also and r equal to 2 also. So for that value also we will check कि square of positive integer is either 3m or 3m plus 1 type. Okay, now children, see, when r equal to 1, so n will be equal to 3q plus 1, because n is equal to 3q plus r. जब आप r की वैल्यू 1 पुट कर दोगे तो n will be equal to 3q plus 1. Now because we have to take out the square na, so what I have done, I have done the square of this positive number. So the square of n will be n square, and which is equal to 3q plus 1 का whole square. Okay, afterwards this is n square and it is 9q square plus 1 plus 6q, because I have expanded this in the formula of a plus b whole square. So all of you know what is the formula of a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, now student, see, after expansion we have got q terms also and 1 also. So what I am going to do, I will separate this 1 here and I will take these two as together. Okay, मैं इसे अलग से लिख रहा हूँ और इन दोनों को साथ में ले रहा हूँ. ओके, सो एन स्क्वायर विल बी इक्वल टू 9q स्क्वायर प्लस 6q प्लस 1. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स सी, q was a positive integer na, q was a positive integer and we have to represent square of any positive integer is either 3m or 3m plus 1 form. Okay, so see, when you will take common, so in both two q can be common and 3 can also be common, but students we will take only 3 common because we have to mention only 3. Okay, so what I am going to do, I will take 3 as a common. You can take q also common, but because I have to represent 3m plus 1 type, so I am taking only 3 common, and that is in bracket 3q square plus 2q bracket close plus 1. Now children see, q is an integer na, so 2 into q will also be an integer. Suppose I have taken q equal to 2. Okay, so what will be the value of 3q square plus 2q? It will be 3 into 2 ka square plus 2 into 2. So it will be 12 and plus 4. So 12 plus 4 will be 16 na, and 16 is also an integer na. So this whole quantity will be a integer. Okay, and if it will be an integer, so this whole term can be replaced by a variable, that is m, because in the question m was written, so this whole quantity will be an integer, so this can be replaced by m. So I have written here n square is equal to 3m plus 1 type. Okay, for example suppose you have any positive integer 5, तो 5 का स्क्वायर कितना होता है 25. क्या आप 25 को 3m या 3m प्लस 1 टाइप का लिख सकते हैं आप? तो एक काम करिए, आप 25 को डिवाइड करिए 3 से, तो 3 8 ज़ा 24 एंड प्लस 1, रिमाइंडर इज प्लस 1 ना. नाउ व्हाट इज द यूक्लिड डिवीजन एल्गोरिथम? डिविडेंड इज इक्वल टू डिवाइजर इनटू कोशेंट प्लस रिमाइंडर. नाउ सी, 8 इज इंटीजर ना, तो इन प्लेस ऑफ 8 वी कैन राइट एनी वेरिएबल ऑल्सो, सो 3m plus 1. So see, square of any positive integer can be represented as 3m plus 1 also na, and square of any positive integer can be represented as 3m also. So that's why n square is equal to 3m plus 1, where m equal to 3q square plus 2m. It's just a variable which is representing a integer. Okay, I have told you how to why it is an integer. You can take any value of q, and when you will take any value of q, the whole term will always be an integer. So that's why 3m plus 1. Now see students, one more value was left, that is r equal to 2. So when r equal to 2, n will be 3q plus 2. Again we have to do the squaring, so n square will be 3q plus 2 ka whole square. So see, n square is equal to, expand this in the formula of a plus b whole square, so it will be 9q square plus 4 plus 12q. Now n square is equal to 9q square plus 12q plus 4. Now students, in whole term we cannot take anything common, so I am making it so that we can take common. So see, we cannot take 3 as a common na, so what we will do, I can write 4 as 3 plus 1, and the remaining term are same, that is 9q square plus 12q plus 3 plus 1. Now student, what I have done, first r equal to 2, then n equal to 3q plus 2, so n square is equal to 3q plus 2 ka whole square, so n square is equal to 9q square plus 4 plus 12q. I have written in order, so I have written like this, because in this term we cannot take any term common, so what I am going to do, I am written as 4 as 3 plus 1. Now it will be always n square only. Now see, in this we can take 3 as a common, so when you will take 3 as a common, in bracket 3q square plus 4q plus 1 will be left, and plus 1. Now student, because q is an integer and all that term associated with is also an integer, so this whole quantity will be an integer. You can check it for any values of q, as I have mentioned in the previous part also. Okay, अगर आप q की कोई वैल्यू लोगे तो ये पूरा टर्म एक इंटीजर ही होगा. Okay, so this whole term can be replaced by m because m is an integer also. So n square is represented as 3m plus 1, where m is some integer. So students, this is the solution of the question number 4 of exercise 1.1. Okay, I hope it is clear. It is very simple, children. Just go through the Euclid division lemma. According to that, you can find out the value of r, and whatever the question are saying, just follow it and represent it like that. Okay, so question number 5 is same as question number 4. In this question you have done the squaring. In the next question you will do the cube of positive number. Okay, so that question you can do by yourself. Okay, now I will tell you another theorem of this real numbers chapter. Okay, now next theorem is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay, now first read this statement. What statement says? This statement states that any composite number can be expressed as the product of its prime factors. I am going to repeat the statement again. According to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, any composite number can be expressed as the product of its prime factor. Now first student understand what is composite number. See, composite number are those number which have more than 2 factor. I am going to repeat the question again. Composite numbers are those number which have more than 2 factors. Now what is the smallest composite number? Now see, 1 is a unique number, it is a natural number, so it has only one factor. 2 has only two factor, 1 and 2. 3 has only 2 factor, that is 1 and 3. But 4 has 3 factor, that is 1 also, 2 also, 4 also. You are seeing now? Now as I said, composite number having more than 2 factor, it means the smallest positive composite number is 4, that is 4. I have written here. Okay, so whenever any person asks you what is the smallest composite number, so that is 4. Okay, afterwards 6, afterwards 8, afterwards 9, and so on. Okay, so this statement implies that any type of composite number can be expressed as the product of its prime factors. Okay, कोई भी कंपोजिट नंबर को आप उसके प्राइम फैक्टर के प्रोडक्ट मीन्स मल्टीप्लाई के रूप में लिख सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 6 आई हैव रिटन ना. सो व्हेन यू विल डू द प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन ऑफ 6, what you will get? You will divide it by 2, so it will come 3, and after that 3, then it will come 1. So see, 6 can be written as 2 into 3 na. 2 is also prime and 3 is also prime. Okay, and this sign implies that multiplication sign. So see, 6 can be represented as the product of its prime factor, and what are the prime factors? That is 2 and 3. For example 4 can be represented as 2 into 2 na, and both 2 are the prime number, and both prime number are multiplied, so that's why 4 is also be represented by the product of its prime factor. For example 10 can be also represented like 2 into 5 na. So 2 is also a prime, 5 is also a prime, and between them multiplication sign is there. So it implies that whenever you take any composite number, it can be represented as the product of its prime factor. Now one more example, student. 8. See, 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. All 2 are, we know that it is a prime number. So or all prime numbers can be represented as in the multiplication sign. So see, 8 is a composite number and it can be represented as product of its prime factor. Okay, so this is known as the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This theorem you already know in the previous class also. So just a reminder for you that what is a fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay, it is basically based on the composite number. Okay, see, 15 can be written as 3 into 5. They both are prime and between them multiplication sign is there. 20 is also a composite number which can be represented as 2 into 2 into 5. Okay, so I think it is clear. Now Next move to one formula for you. It is very important formula, student. See, relation between two numbers if HCF and LCM of two numbers are given. One more time I am going to repeat this formula. Relationship between two numbers if LCM and HCF of those two numbers are given. Okay, see, in board examination, in every board examination, 1 marks question comes from this formula, always 1 or 2 marks. Okay, so it is very important, and this you have already studied in class, in the lower classes also. Okay, so what we will do in this formula, we have to take two positive numbers. Okay, positive numbers. In the real number we are only talking about positive number till now. Okay, so see, A and B are two positive number. Then the formula is that product of A and B, it means A into B, is equal to HCF of A into B into LCM of A into B. Students, this formula you already know in the 9th class, 8th class, 7th class. Okay, so you might be know this formula. So if you have two positive number, then the product of these two number is equal to HCF of these two number into LCM of these two number. This can be also be written as product of two numbers is equal to HCF of two number into LCM of two number. So memorize this formula, children. After that we will solve one more question for the, which is based on this formula. Okay, now see one question which is based on this formula, whatever I told you. Okay, right now find the HCF of 96 and 404 by prime factorization method and hence find their LCM. आपको क्या करना है? You have to take out the HCF of 96 and 404 by prime factorization method, and after that you have to find the LCM. So see, students, if two numbers are given, you can find their HCF and LCM both by prime factorization method. But in this question, what we have to do? First, we will find out the HCF by prime factorization method, and after that we will find the LCM by the given formula. So see, when you will do the factorization, prime factorization of 96, you will get 2 times it will go, so 48, then 2, then 24, then 2, then 12, then 2, then 6, then 2, then 3, then 3. It means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. It means 2 5 times and 3 1 time. So this will come. Afterward, when you will do a 404, so 404 when you do, so 2, so 202 times, then again 2, then 101 times, and 101 is a prime number, that's why 101 only. So I have written here also. So when you have to find the HCF, what we are seeing, we will see the common factors. Okay, we will see the common factors, and between these two numbers, the common factors are, see, 2 is also here, 2 is also here, so 1, 1, 2, and one more 2 is common. It means 2 is common. So HCF will be the product of these two 2. It means 2 into 2, that is 4. So by the prime factorization method, we have find out the value of HCF. Now come to the formula. Formula is HCF into LCM is equal to first number into second number. As I told you, HCF you have already calculated, that is 4, into LCM we have to calculate, is equal to 96 is the first number into 404 is the second number. Now you have to calculate the value of LCM. So LCM is equal to 96 into 404 by 4. I have cancelled this 404 by 4, so I got 101, and when you will multiply 96 into 101, you will get the LCM 9696. So by this way you can find out HCF and LCM. See, children, what type of question are coming which for this formula. See, two numbers are given, so as I have mentioned in this question also, when two numbers are given, you can find out the HCF, and afterwards using this formula you can find out LCM. Sometimes what is given, two numbers are given, HCF is also given, and you have to find the LCM. So just you have to put you have to imply that this formula, put all the values and get the value of LCM or HCF. See, here are 4 quantities na. So in 4 quantities, in many questions 3 are given, and when you have to calculate. So by using this formula you can easily calculate. 1 marks question, 1 or 2 marks question is always coming in board examination, which is based upon this formula. So it is very important for you to understand this formula, and you should understand the application of this formula also. So I hope you have understood this formula also and this question also. So from this topic we have covered exercise 1.1. So in the next part I will tell you some basic theorem of real numbers and how to prove a irrational number by contradiction method, and afterwards some terminating and non-terminating decimals property. Okay, so I hope you have understand this part of the video. Understand it, practice all the question and try to solve by yourself only. Okay, whenever you solve by yourself it will help you a lot, because anybody can solve by seeing the example or whatever things, but when you don't practice all the question you will not able to solve the question very quickly. Okay, so let's practice. Take care of your health and solve the question properly. Okay, so till then have a nice day. Thank you.